Yes.
We can go right into London town.
Cool.
Then do the ads. And then, yeah. So you want to push the music. Is it new music, old music?
It's new music.
New music, all of it?
Hey, I'm live. Ooh, shit.
Oh, you're live?
Oh, I'm live, sitting there fumbling around.
Okay.
It's new music, yeah, from a new album.
Okay. Fantastic. So we'll talk about, it'll be pretty chill. It's a conversation.
Yeah.
Segue who you are, how you got into music.
Yes.
Previous albums. Why now? Are you back? What are you know? What's the, how do you say it? What's the inspo behind whatever new stuff you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a fun conversation. Nothing dramatic.
All right.
Nothing dramatic whatsoever.
No worries. I will tapunguza ukichaa basi.
Alafu sasa tutatuambia pia mbona unaitwa Mzungu Kichaa.
Yeah.
Kichwa chako ibuka.
Amna.
Which is, the literal translation would be the crazy white guy, right?
Yeah, so, but the correct translation would be the abnormal. White guy.
Abnormal.
Yeah.
Because when we were kids, Kichaa was like a mental issue? A mental health issue?
It is as well.
Yeah.
But in Swahili in Tanzania, you know, you use double meaning for almost everything.
Double entendre.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
the-
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
That's
the
what I
word
was
you're looking for.
looking
And you're the one who's English.
No,
Oh
I'm
my.
not. I'm Danish
You're Danish?
and Tanzanian.
Okay, so who's Tanzania? Tanzania by naturalization, right?
Yes, by nature, yeah.
Okay, by nature. That's okay. That's all right. Welcome. We welcome our East African peeps.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Kichaa, abnormal, rogue, Mzungu maybe.
Rogue Mzungu.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a conversation we should be having on
Maybe-
air until we settle on what it is.
Ah, yeah, you guys on your post on. No,
Uh-huh.
was it yours? Did you tag? I think it was you who tagged me. Oh, I collaborated. Maybe you
Capital?
didn't. Yeah, maybe you didn't post it. Maybe you didn't write the caption, huh?
I have no idea. I didn't see that on the
Somehow.
From our page.
Yeah, that I'm now the village boy.
Oh, you changed your name?
Yeah, just recently.
Oh.
So
And,
you're
and
the
somebody wrote that, so they've caught on to. It was literally since yesterday, since 10/10.
Okay.
Because 10/10.
You won 10 over 10 yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nilibeba fea kwa shingo.
Fair.
Nilijipini.
You see,
A literal fair. Ile ya
Yeah,
David and Goliath. Fair.
yeah.
Kwa sababu nilionyesha ukichaa zaidi.
Sasa fair ulikuwa unafanya nini na fair? Ulikuwa utakuwa nini? Hata siku ulikuwa unataka kulenga nini?
I was just protecting myself.
Nilifika, sorry. I'm
How
about to get into the
was
interview.
reaction?
It was
Sorry,
very
nilifika.
It was a nice one.
Salama.
I think.
Oh, why?
Yeah, it was
Hold
better
on, let me
than-
call you
than my
after
last
so that you tell me
10/10
proper.
show.
Kidogo, okay, haya.
For KUTV.
No. I'm saying it was better than I did 10/10 before.
Oh,
But,
you know,
I-
it has like a new artist, Aziza.
Yeah, it was that. What's his name?
Aziza.
No, the guy, the big guy.
The big,
Willie.
Willie, yeah. He was just loud.
That's, yeah, he was loud.
That's him.
It's quite loud.
And then so you just have to kind of keep up, like
With the energy?
Yeah, and but this was nice, and it was funny because I didn't expect to be performing songs.
Okay.
So the lady came and said, "Hey, you're going to perform songs. Which ones are you performing?"
Okay, one more song and then it's you.
So
Do you want some headphones or are you good just like that? But then again, you know, your hat.
yeah, I'm actually good without headphones if that's okay.
That's all right because I can
And,
hear mine if you're not. If the sound
yeah.
is all right.
Yeah, and you'll. I mean, what we heard now was also just low volume, huh? Because we can have a little bit of volume, right? Even though it doesn't feed too much into the.
Oh, your mic wasn't on.
No, I know. I'm talking about the music. Yeah. So I'm saying that you can put a little bit for me, like this, without it interfering too
Oh,
much.
inside your. Okay,
No,
gotcha.
inside the room.
Okay, just so that although when the mics go up, you won't be able to hear anything. Like the music won't play.
Yeah, that's what I
So-
was asking.
You can only hear it like that. Is that enough for you?
Yeah, that's enough.
That's enough? Cool. it's a long song. It's 5 minutes long. Alright, good.
Who is this? An African artist?
Parody? No, French. I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced because it's French parody. Sort of like what's Johnny Depp's ex-wife called? Vanessa Paradis.
Okay.
Okay, phone's on silent. You guys are good. Make sure mine is on silent.
I discovered Charisma.
Luya Heat.
Just
That's how
that
you
one
know
song.
people
I
by
think
their-
that his most played song on Spotify. I found him.
It would be the new one that's been with the man. What is it called? Oh, Jens, you should know this thing. I smile. Take a video. Where's the video? Whatever. So Anita, you're gonna share the videos with me so that they can be uploaded on our socials on our side? Because I would not I'll be able to do all that multitasking. Okay, Mr. Swanson. You said how is it pronounced? So?
Sorensen.
Sorensen.
Espen Sorensen.
That's pretty cool.
I grew up as Esipeni in Zambia,
Oh my god, of course.
in the village.
You
That's
grew
why
up
I'm the
in
village boy.
Zambia?
Yeah.
So let's play Uhuru right after you speak, alright? Wait, which one do I play first? Fade Away in London, Fall in Love, or Uhuru? Which one do you prefer?
Fade Away is a good one to start.
Fade Away? Sure. Great. Go, go. Alright, we're ready. You ready?
Yes.
It's Paradis, La Balade de Jim. Yeah, we hope that's how it's pronounced. Right before that, Kanda Bongo Man's Money, which is an absolute classic, and we kicked off the show with Fela Kuti's Gentleman. And I did say we have a gentleman in studio. Ladies and gentlemen, Espen Sorensen, also known as Mzungu Kichaa. Woohoo! Well, and the crowd goes wild, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like...
They go crazy, just
They
like
go
Mzungu
crazy.
Kichaa.
Yes, you gotta come closer to the mic so we can hear you really well.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, great. All right, I think that is a good sound. Welcome to the World Groove.
Thank you very much.
What do I call you?
You can call me Mzungu. You can call me Kichaa.
We were talking. We
Feel
were
free.
just we were just talking about the direct, literal translation of Mzungu Kichaa.
Yeah.
The crazy white guy, right?
Yeah.
But in essence, if you go the proper, because you spent a lot of time in Tanzania.
Yeah.
It would be the abnormal white guy.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm trying to find out. I'm still working out what it means because this was a name given to me
Ah, it was a name given to you.
by one of the founders of Bongo Flava, Juma Nature.
Wow.
So back in '99, when I was at Bongo Records,
Yeah.
as you can imagine, that's where Bongo Flava was born,
Yeah.
at Bongo Records.
Yeah.
And I was doing a lot of music there, playing a lot of guitar and doing a lot of vocals on different people's songs.
Mm-hmm.
And Juma Nature was doing his first album. And I sang on the title track Healy Game together with TID.
Wow.
And at that time, we spent a lot of time together in the studio. And Juma Nature is very, he's a very cool, very chill kind of guy. But he's very jovial.
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes to tease people.
Yeah.
So he called me Mzungu Kichaa, and I kept trying to tell him to stop it, but he wouldn't listen to me.
And it stuck.
It stuck. So it was maybe 8 years later
Wow.
when I decided to do an album in Swahili, in Bongo Flava, that I remembered Juma Nature's endearing name and took it. Because, I've tried to ask him, what did you mean? Because everyone asks me, what does it mean? Especially in Kenya and especially in Europe. In Tanzania, people know me so well that they just feel that name suits me, you know. So I guess it could be that I'm an abnormal Mzungu. I'm not the regular Mzungu because I sing in Swahili.
Yeah.
I'm I know the culture. Therefore I've gone off the rails. I might be rogue, like they say in the in the Secret Service or the CIA.
Okay. We're
Gone
gonna find
rogue.
out, aren't we?
Huh? No, I mean, yeah. If you dig deep into Mzungu Kichaa's catalog, then you'll find out. Yes.
Okay. All right. So Mzungu Kichaa, we identify you honestly as a Tanzanian. But why Tanzania? Were you born there? Did you grow up there? Why are you
Yeah,
so deep there?
I grew up in Zambia in a village. Went to a local government school where the teachers striked half the time, and where I would be plowing oxen for the headmaster's fields, and wearing a little khaki uniform and carrying a razor blade and half a pencil.
Okay.
You know, back in the 80s, in the economic depression. So I became very African very quickly.
Okay.
You know, and the beautiful thing about being a kid, I was six till I was from 6 till I was 10 years old, and the beautiful thing about kids is that they don't really see color like that, right? And they're very innocent, and so I had that very innocent, perfect upbringing as an African kid. I actually didn't realize I was a white kid for a long time.
Yeah.
Until I
just the kid in
drew
Zambia.
a picture of myself and my friends, and then my mother said, "But that's not you, because you're white." And then I got very angry with my mother. So all the race thing is something that you're programmed with later on in life.
Very true.
But I moved to Tanzania when I was 15, and even though I came to a kind of a diplomatic community, elite community, living on the peninsula in Dar es Salaam, and going to an international school and very close to the yacht club and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I was very conscious about, also learning the culture and the language as fast as I could.
Kwa hivyo kile unasema ni tukianza kuzungumza na Kiswahili. Kiswahili chako.
Tutaelewana vizuri.
Aha. Okay then. Welcome.
Thank you.
It's really good to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
So let's talk about your very, very first album.
Yeah.
And why you decided how did you decide, okay, I'm going to get into music? By the time you're hanging out with TID and Juma Nature at the height of Bongo Flava, or rather on this cusp of Bongo Flava just blowing up, how did that come to be? That's a curious story.
I mean, I knew I wanted to do music since I was very, very small. But in Zambia, and I'm going back to Zambia because it was they were formative years for me.
Yeah.
I carry that with me all, throughout my life. They confused me a little bit out in the village there.
Okay.
And I thought I was going to be a businessman. Because that was the only thing you could do, was be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
And very basic things like, take chickens, take them to the city, sell them, buy rubber for feya, as you call it. In Swahili, we call it manati. And in Zambia, we call it malegeni. So that was the kind of business plan I had, you know.
Yeah.
But I've always wanted to be a musician, and I've always been singing and, been very, very passionate about music. So since I was very small, I already, delved into music, even in the Zambian village with drums and singing at weddings. And so when I came to Dar es Salaam, I was I had already been studying in Denmark as well, because we were going back and forth a lot, and I went to a school where I learned violin, classical music. I started picking up the guitar and started playing Jimi Hendrix and that kind of, that guitar. Our guitar hero, Jimi Hendrix, rock. And then when I came to Da, I continued with the Jimi Hendrix, and I included some of that Congolese sound that I also grew up with as a child. Especially somebody like Kanda Bongo Man that we opened up with.
Because we just played and you're like, I grew up listening to
exactly. And so I connected with a few people, and one of them was P-Funk Majani of Bongo Records, and very quickly I got into that because I was an instrumentalist and I could kind of direct the production and come with ideas. So I was anonymous throughout that time. Even though I had hits, my voice was heard in Kenya, on songs like Mambo ya Pwani by Solo Thing and Juma Nature, on Girl She Got a Gwan by Mangwea, which was a huge hit in East Africa. I played the guitar and I kind of produced that track.
Nice.
So it was only natural after going to university in the UK, and I studied music and social anthropology and African studies as a master's, and wasn't sure, should I go down the music route or should I go into international development? I picked up international development a little bit and founded a foundation for a big corporate jewelry company, the biggest one in Scandinavia, called Pilgrim. And I did that work, which was very rewarding. We supported young entrepreneurs in Africa, especially East Africa. And we tried to set up a fair trade jewelry line in Kenya, produced in Kenya, in Kariobangi. So I used to come here quite a bit on business trips. And maybe that was where I met Sauti Sol and the management behind that when they were just starting out. Or maybe it was a bit later when I came on my, because I just after the financial crisis in Europe, I decided to drop that job and move into music full time. And that's when I re-recorded these songs that I had written back in the day in Bongo Flava, and did an album called Tuko Pamoja in Swahili 100%.
I love it. All right, so I got some of your new stuff, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But as we do that, I want you to introduce the first song we're going to play. It's Fade Away.
Yeah, that's the title track.
Yeah.
Title track, and I've been about building bridges between Europe and Africa, and exporting East African music has always been a dream, and supporting down the lines of international development, capacity building and supporting and building the industry has been something very dear to me. So the fact that I now have reached this level where I've got Wafande, whose dad was Tanzanian. His dad was a big fan of mine, but Wafande is a superstar in Denmark, a big celebrity. The fact that I got him on a track is kind of full circle, so it's a beautiful track for me. That it's the title track, and it's the album is about fading away or accepting that you can fade away, and you can have all the achievements you've dreamt of, but at some point those will fade away. Just like a building, when you build a building, it'll decay at some point, So coming to terms with that, that you might be on the top, you might be considered a legend, but you might also be forgotten. So just kind of accepting that, I think was very, very interesting for me, and in a way like healing for me. So coming to terms with that has given me a lot of chill, and so in that sense it's quite a mature album.
I love it. I can
Fade
hear
Away.
the guitar already in the background, and I'm loving it. Here you go. Mzungu Kichaa featuring Wafande, Fade Away.
I gave you love too.
Nice one, you faded in.
It's called Fade Away.
So many times I know I told you, I just can't let you go. So even if they break
So this album is
they try to
very swag.
take control. They
It is as well,
wanna
but this song
be
is
I'll never
English.
let you
Yeah.
I'm here to let you know you're my number one. No matter what they say, I will love you. No matter what we do,
And can you? It was quite amazing. Watu walikuwa wanacheza on this track yesterday. I didn't, because I didn't expect it. I haven't played this live, because it's so new.
So question.
Hey.
On your website, it says the culture culture.
Yeah.
Why?
Because there was some American girl trolling me somewhere, and then I said this culture vulturing has to stop. So I thought, sure, I'm the culture vulture. I mean, yeah.
Okay, that's interesting because it's the first thing you see when you open your website.
Yeah, I changed that once in a while. Maybe it'll be the Village Boy soon again. No, it's sometimes I don't get my identity is complex and I will piss some people off.
Eminem stuff.
So yeah, exactly.
We gatekeep, and we'll talk about that a little bit. We'll talk about what it must have been like. Oh, wait. Hold on a little itty bitty bit. Let me do the
Limit.
ad.
Ad.
And then,
Kenya's
gonna do
pulse
one of
is
your other
racing,
songs.
and Capital FM
Uhuru?
is at
Can we
the
do
heart of
Uhuru?
it all.
Yeah, Uhuru's a
As tensions
very
rise
chill
following
acoustic
the
song.
controversial
Just-
finance bill of 2024. You need a trusted source to keep you informed. That's where we come in.
I can also
Capital
play it
FM,
live
your
if you
number
want.
one destination
cool.
for breaking news and in-depth analysis. Catch our
we'll do
Should
the
we do
first-
like a more like bongo flavor sounding one? Just to
brings you the
Oh, like
latest
which one?
developments
Let's
as
fall
they
in love.
unfold.
Let's fall
On
in
the
love.
go, visit
Yeah, it's
capital.co.uk/news
actually also
for
English,
round-the-clock
but-
coverage at your fingertips. For
Or do you want an
insights,
Oliver
follow our
Mkudzi
breaking
sounding
news
one?
handle on X at
What do you want?
Whatever. I've just put Fall in Love
Good.
here.
forget,
So what we'll
stay
do
connected
after the
even
first,
without
as we get into the
internet.
first chorus,
Dial
we'll
star
get off it and you can play a
411
little bit
star
of
22 hash
right?
to subscribe
Of
to
that,
Get It
of Fall in Love?
411.
Yeah.
SMS
No, I was thinking of
breaking
playing
news.
Uhuru.
From the
Uhuru?
streets,
Yeah, just
Okay,
playing
so
it
let
live.
Capital FM has you covered.
Okay, so
Stay
after Fall in
ahead,
Love, you
stay
can get into
informed,
Uhuru Live.
and
So then
stay
we'll play
Yeah,
another
then
song.
we'll play the whole.
Your
I'll
trusted
play the
voice
whole
in these
song live.
challenging times.
Brilliant.
And then I'll have to, because I sing, I project, so I'll have to move away so that the guitar also goes in.
You're a musician.
I
You know
know this.
You know these things.
Sound engineering.
Josh Grayson and Smokey Norfolk. Coming into our inspirational thought of the week, we'll give you the phone number, the click phone line, and the address to the website.
Yeah, we can talk a little bit about that.
More right here on Gospel
The culture vulture
Church.
thing. It's interesting to hear what your take on it
Yeah.
and gatekeeping of certain kind of your music.
Yeah.
Even when Beyonce was going into country, they were like, who do you think you
For your
are?
Yeah.
best mix of music,
And
right
that
here on
happens
Capital
across
FM.
the world, across genres. So yeah, I can only imagine what it must be like.
Radioactive every weekday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Your best mix of music right here on Capital FM.
Okay, Uhuru's coming up.
Fall in Love,
No,
right?
Fall in Love sorry, is coming up.
Radioactive every weekday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. for your best mix of music right here on Capital FM.
Ooh. Let me show these people the studio.
Oh,
Shopping mall is not so busy out there at the moment.
right now it's not so busy.
During the day.
Yeah, during the days much busier. Hi, I'm Mzungu Kichaa, folk.
And you are
My name is Koi from the World Group. on
Kui
Capital
Ma?
FM.
Ma?
Koi?
Kui Ma?
Kabbalah.
Kabbalah.
Yeah, Koi Kabbalah.
All right.
Yeah,
Can I ask you a question?
sure.
What do you think of the name? Oh, now you know. We've been talking about that.
No, tell me.
What do you think that Kenyans feel about the name Mzungu Kichaa?
Mzungu Kichaa. The name to me is reminiscent of the 2009-10 era, because that's when I first started hearing Mzungu Kichaa,
Okay.
and it was a white bongo flavor artist from Tanzania.
Yeah.
That's what I can remember the most. So Mzungu Kichaa, I would just assume Mzungu describing what you look like, and
Yeah.
Kichaa that you're a little crazy.
All right.
So it would be interesting to know why you're crazy. What made you crazy?
Yeah.
But like we already talked about the fact that you were not the regular kind of Mzungus that we were used to. So I like that. It's against the norm, so to speak.
Safi, hey.
Yeah, selfie sana.
Thanks, man. But and for the Kenyans who maybe hear Mzungu Kichaa for the first time, do you think it'll throw them off?
It's curious. It's a curious name, and it will pique your curiosity. I think you'll be like, huh, what does that mean? Why is he crazy? You know?
Hey, Kui, thank you. She's very positive, very kind. I thought she was going to say something, you know,
Like what?
something mean, like they definitely won't understand you. They'll get scared, especially when you wear this cowboy hat, like a Kenyan cowboy. No, it's not. It's a Pharrell Williams hat. I'll see it. I make sure that it's definitely not a cowboy hat.
It's not a cowboy hat. Yeah, so after this one, we get into a little bit. We talk about how many, the albums that you've had.
Yeah.
And also the new album as well. Then we get into Uhuru. And then after that block, we'll talk again one more long link towards now the end of the hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. How many minutes do we have? A minute.
All right. So we move through the albums and then we go to the song, which is
Yeah.
Nokpata.
Nokpata.
Have you heard Uhuru?
No, I have not. I kind of like to hear it for the first time now.
Now you'll hear it all acoustic.
Yes, which is kind of nice. I love that. Anita, will you record the acoustic version for me?
Yeah,
Thank you.
I played it for the senator of Nairobi the other night.
Oh, what do you say?
I was at Bien's place, and Bien asked me to play some, and he was like, "This song for Kenya right now is perfect."
I love it. You should tell that story. Tell that story. Because so much is happening with us right now. So much is happening right now.
Yeah.
But it's what we do. We are Kichaa bunch as well.
You are? Yeah, but that's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good. All right, ready? We love it. That's the sound of Mzungu Kichaa, Fall in Love, and your best mix of music, 92.4 Capital FM. The artist himself, the legend, is in studio. And we're so happy to have him talking about, he's got a brand new album called Fade Away. And we were talking earlier about the fact that it's his most mature album.
Yes.
And just in terms of the depth of the lyrics and the feelings. But before we get to the mature one, let's talk about your first album. This is what, 2010? 2009, 2010?
I want to just, before we jump back,
okay,
just to talk about this song, because we just heard it, Fall in Love.
Yes, Fall in Love.
I just wanted to mention that what I think is very special about the song is the video that I made for it.
Oh.
Which is shot just across the border.
Yeah.
In Arusha, but also closer to Namanga, Masai land, Oldonyo Sambu. And the storyline is very sweet. If you see Mzungu Kichaa's music videos, and especially if it's a love song, very often you'll see I'm in love with a black woman, right? And that might throw people off and confuse them a little bit.
Why?
I don't know. Let's not get into that too much. But what I wanted to say about that is that I kind of wanted to change the narrative a little bit with this video, because she's a black woman and I am clearly a Caucasian white guy. But what we did in this video was that we kind of tried to change the narrative of the power role between a white Caucasian man and a black woman, in the sense that that I became chawi, crazy, because there's Mzungu Kichaa is crazy, but it kind of like tribally chawi, like a witch doctor.
Okay.
And I'm trying to convince this girl to accept, to be with me.
Okay.
But what happens in the story is that she rejects me. And actually kills me.
Oh. Okay, so now we need to watch
so
the video.
so hey, that's it was just kind of like, that that power thing. Do you see what I mean?
I get what you mean.
Yeah,
When you
exactly.
explain it now, I understand. Because yes. 'Cause
So
history is sensitive about that kind of power thing.
yeah, and
Okay.
there's also this assumption that it's also very unfair for a black woman who falls in love with a white man, that there can be an assumption that especially in Tanzania and in Kenya, that that's for the money. You see them down the street or in a bar, or she must be a prostitute. That
Yeah.
kind of dilemma and
I get
that
you.
struggle.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to kill that.
Change the narrative.
Yes, exactly.
All right. I'm gonna link the video to our page.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see that as well. All right. Well, good for you. It's always musicians are storytellers, aren't
Yeah.
aren't you?
I mean, we try as best we can, and I think the more creative we are, the more fun it is at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you also have to just do a song with bling bling and big cars. Sumbaya.
Kuonyesha pande zote.
Yes.
Okay, so first album, 2009,
And nine.
right?
came out, yeah.
So what was the name of? Was it not Jitole? Was the song?
Was the hit single? Yeah.
Yes, that came off of that, and that was with Professor J.
Yes.
Okay. What was the name of the album?
It was called Tuko Pamoja.
Aha.
We are one.
We are one ama tuko kitu kimoja ama tuko pamoja?
Tuko Pamoja. We are together.
We're together.
Yes.
Okay, you see, I was testing you. Well
Exactly.
done, well done.
So that's the title track.
Yeah.
It's a reggae song, Tuko Pamoja. Singing to my mothers and my fathers and my sisters and my brothers.
Okay.
It's all about unity and telling my story. That album had that kind of my interpretation of bongo flavor.
Okay.
Because I actually ended up producing most of the tracks myself. It was only Jitole that was produced at Bongo Records.
Okay.
That's a very, very long and crazy story,
Okay.
why that is the case. But the short story is that I did record a full album, and I was the priority together with Feroz, who became the biggest selling artist in Tanzania. Me and him were allowed in the studio, whereas all the other artists who were trying to get in through the gate were kept away, including big stars, AY, Mwanafe. There was that element. Everyone wanted to be at Bongo Records. But then the single went out to the distributor, and it went out on radio for Feroz's single, his first single of the album. And then the story changed because then it was Friday. It went out Friday, and on Monday they wanted the album.
That's how big the song was.
Yes, and that was a big deal. It was a big upfront payment that was headed their way. So and I was heading to the UK back to study at university in London, and I was now together with the other guys outside the gate, not allowed to come in.
Okay.
So it was a bitter kind of departure, and with lawyers and all sorts of things. And I said, and that's why I took such a long break from bongo flavor as well, and then continued with a lot of other music, and then came back to it 8 years later and wrote that album.
I know in between you had a group, right? Efigon.
Yes, I had this reggae group.
Yeah.
It was reggae, Afrofusion. It was we were 6 people on stage, trumpet, percussionist, and then the usual setup of drums and guitars. Very funky group.
Very funky.
Yeah, and we got a lot of support and love in Denmark.
I love it.
And the funny thing was that I thought I was going to. We recorded at very big studios, and we had this material ready. And then somehow the financial crisis came, and there wasn't really room for new artists on all the labels. So when I realized that I had to do it all myself and establish a record label, that was when I established Caravan Records. I decided to do the Swahili album. do what I want to do.
Huyu nani?
No, that was still Tuko Pamoja.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Tuko Pamoja 2009.
Yeah.
There are 2 EPs in between, Hustle and Relax.
Yes.
2012, 2014.
It was actually I was planning to do Hustle, Relax, and Feel, so that it would become an album.
Okay.
But I never got around to Feel. Yeah, and there's a song there's a song on that EP that I play live that people write to me and say, hey, where can we get that song? Because out of all the songs in the set, that was the one that stood out, and I never recorded it. So I still have some work to do. I still have some.
So will Feel eventually come out?
No, but some of those songs will come out in other forms. Yeah.
Okay. Then there was Huyu Nani in 2014, and now it's Fade Away in 2024.
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to play something from Fade Away right now. This would be Uhuru.
Yes.
You want to tell us, because you're going to play it live, but before you do, you want to tell us a little bit about the song?
Yeah, Uhuru was written from a place of feeling trapped in a censored society, and feeling that I wasn't able to express myself. Whether it was political censorship, government censorship, or also the whole COVID experience of being kind of closed up.
Sure that. Are you going to tell us the fun fact about where you were playing it?
Where?
Where you were playing this song? At someone's house?
Oh, yeah, all right. I was having dinner the other night with Bien. We've been friends for many, many years, and he asked me to play this song. And the senator of Nairobi was there, and a bunch of other guys, and it was quite a special experience to perform this song for them.
I love it.
And they told me that it was very, very relevant, and encouraged me to release it with a big bang for Kenya.
All right.
So this is it, right?
Played with a big bang. Mzungu Kichaa, Uhuru.
Umenibana shingoni, siwezi kupumua. Uhuru umepotelea, sikutegemea. Umenibana kifuani, siwezi kupumua. Tulikofika afadhali, na tusirudi nyuma. Maisha ni uhuru, uhuru, uhuru tunashukuru. Pasipo na uhuru, uhuru, tunabaki na nusuru. Nipe moyo, 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 nipe uhuru. Nipe moyo, 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 nipe uhuru. Tumetoka utotoni, tukawa vijana, tukawa watu wazima. Maisha ni baraka, uhuru ukatawala, ukatuhamasisha, tukapambana kimaisha, ndoto kutimiza. Maisha ni uhuru, uhuru, uhuru tunashukuru. Pasipo na uhuru, uhuru, tunabaki na nusuru. moyo, 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 nipe uhuru. Nipe moyo, 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 nipe uhuru. Bila uhuru hakuna maisha, bila uhuru hakuna hamasa, bila uhuru akili inalemaza, bila uhuru ndege ananyamaza. Maisha ni uhuru, uhuru, uhuru tunashukuru. Pasipo na uhuru, uhuru, tunabaki na nusuru. Nipe moyo, 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 nipe uhuru. Nipe moyo, 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 nipe uhuru.
Woohoo! Holla! That's beautiful.
Thank you.
That's really nice. Nipe uhuru.
Nipe uhuru. Uhuru is the song.
Uhuru is a song. It's beautiful. You know, uhuru in Kenya obviously means a lot. Because that's the word that represents independence for us.
Yes.
You know, and we always see wakati ambao tulikuwa tunapigania uhuru.
Ndio.
You know, so it's very how do you say, it's reminiscent of that time of independence, of that struggle.
Yeah.
Our president was
Wewe ulikuwepo kwani?
hapana, lakini watu wangu walikuwa. Wazazi wangu. What are your grandparents calling Kiswahili?
Mababu, mabibi.
Ndio sasa. So yeah, it's nice. It's a beautiful song, and yes, very appropriate.
Yes.
For whatever it is that we're going through in Kenya.
Yeah, so I guess I've I guess that feeling that you have, that
Yes.
you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
That you've got from your parents and your great grandparents.
Yeah.
I guess that's also rubbed off on me, which is how I wrote this song, I think.
Okay. Again, freedom.
Yes.
I love that. So if we want to get this album,
Yes.
where do we get this? And where do we see you performing? Are
Where-
you going on tour?
Where you like to listen to your music on Spotify or Apple Music.
You're there.
And of course YouTube if you want to see some of the videos.
Because now we have to watch the video for Fade Away. Now that we know it's
Yes.
so.
The video for Fall in Love was the one I talked
Fall
about.
in Love. Yes.
We've gone through all the music. Now we can talk about Fade Away, right?
Yes.
So Fade Away, I did a video as well.
Okay.
And that was a very special experience because I've been an independent artist always. And, even though I've established a record label that kind of manages my entrepreneurship in the business, but I'm still very much independent. And I've been promoting that whole idea to a lot of artists as well. Not that I don't think that artists should go and work with big labels and so on. I really do think so, and because it is very beautiful to just be an artist and not have to think about the business. So if people out there, want to mess with me, mess with Mzungu Kichaa, they're very welcome. They shouldn't be scared. They shouldn't feel that I don't want to give away, half of the pie, because I know the difficulties of the music business, and I would love to give that share away.
Okay.
So that's encouragement to to the industry and also to this whole thing of collaborating, and empowering each other. So Fade Away, the video was shot on primarily a telephone.
Okay.
But it was done by very talented people, I have to add as well. So, and also people who are willing to put in a lot of time. So it was a sibling project.
Oh.
Between my younger sister, who's an art director, and has worked on a lot of films and TV series in Tanzania, and my wife, who's been producing films, who helped kind of oversee it. Her brother, who's been editing in Hollywood. I also had the help of Justin Campos from South Africa, who was the famous video director, to color grade it in the end. But the whole process was very organic.
Gotcha.
And what happened was we finalized it, and then the editor decided to try to use some AI editing tool. And showed it to us, and we were like, whoa, this is really cool. Because of the storyline of fading away. And, you know, it is a love song, but it's, you know, love is goes so many ways. It's not just relationship love. So the concept of fading away was enhanced by the fact that we became Roman statues. So we became these marble figures through the use of AI. So that was really, really interesting.
Okay. I love that when we watch the video now, that's gonna be, you know, that playing in the background.
Yeah.
The description of it.
Yeah, and then on to the next song, which I'll be promoting quite a lot, and it'll become the most streamed on the album, I'm sure, because videos have that power, you know. Is London Town.
Oh, excellent, because that's how we're gonna.
So London Town.
Yeah.
Is a very special song to me because it's a true story, a story about a young Mzungu Kichaa going to study in London at university, coming from, at the time, the International School of Moshi on the slopes of Kilimanjaro. And I used to live up in Ngorongoro, where my parents lived, in my spare time, and run around with the Maasai, singing Osingolio. So I was definitely Mzungu Kichaa back then. And I moved to London, and, you know, I had this, you know, we're going to university, I'm going to find my wife there, right?
Okay.
And then I realized that everyone there was just there to have a good time, you know, so Mzungu Kichaa was clearly playing the wrong game. But what was really interesting was that the love of my life from a number of years back, when I was 15 till I think I was in love with her when I was about 17. And she was a bit older than me, so she wasn't really interested in me. But I was like, you know, that puppy love, deeply in love. And big failure love story, you know. So years and years had passed by, and I'm walking down the streets in London dressed as a Maasai with Maasai hair and a piece of aluminium in the front, a hairstyle that takes 2 days and 2 warriors to do, and I had to buy a goat and slaughter it. You know, they peer pressured me to do that. You know, they wanted to also have a good time and enjoy some meat. So I had this Maasai hairstyle, and I'm walking down the streets in London, and I'm looking across the road and into this, through this window, there's a hairdresser, and there she was. The love, this young love that I had back in the day when I was 17. Now I'm a man, right? I'm 21 years old.
Wow, almost 4 years later.
So I met my Tanzanian love again. So that's what London Town is about. And we've shot the video in London, which was really exciting. And we feature the library and the university that I went to, and kind of reenact the story. And this is also the first time that my real name is revealed, because I've been very adamant about, you know, giving out my real name in interviews.
Oh, but it's on Wikipedia?
Yeah, but still, I've maybe I've allowed it to go on Wikipedia, I don't know. But I've been really, I was building the Mzungu Kichaa brand so much that I didn't want to confuse anybody else, anything with, you know, this name from Denmark.
Gotcha. All right, we're going to play London Town just now. Before we do that, on your website, you talk about the culture vulture.
Yeah.
And you've written it, and I was asking, okay, why the culture vulture? And we talked about the fact that the people will come at you and say, that's what you're doing, being a vulture for the culture, etc.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine, obviously, as Mzungu in Tanzania, doing bongo flavor.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there are people who felt some way about it.
Yeah,
right?
so Tanzanians are very passive. You
Yes.
know, you guys are a bit wild over here.
Why?
So I might have had something from the Kenyans, but never really anything from the Tanzanians.
Okay.
But when you're passive, it doesn't mean you don't think it,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
So I have had an incident on a show where we were two artists, and I was being interviewed by a very big artist, and I was interviewing him, and I was told, wouldn't it be wrong if Mzungu Kichaa won Best Bongo Flava Artist of the Year?
Oh.
It would be like Eminem winning Best Rapper, right? So
Which he
and
has, right?
which he has, I'm sure, yeah. So that was that was an indicator of how he felt, at least. And the funny thing is that we're best of friends,
Okay.
and he loves my music, but that feeling is there. So I know that a lot of people might think it, and before they maybe understand what I'm about or what my mission is in my music, before they listen to my lyrics, they might have that assumption. So I put that up on my website, and I also decided to understand what is a culture vulture. It can be negative, but it can actually also be very positive. Just like Mzungu Kichaa can be very negative.
Kentucky can be crazy.
but
Can
but
also be something.
Mzungu Kichaa can also be a great force in this world.
I agree.
Right.
All right.
So the culture vulture that I'm talking about is somebody who loves culture and who goes to see concerts and who reads a lot and who cares about the culture, who really,
I love that. All right. So we're gonna play London Town. I have to